Why discipline beats motivation every time. Let me ask you something real. How many times have you felt motivated? How many times did you promise yourself that tomorrow everything would change? You felt the fire inside you. You watched a powerful video. You listened to a speech. Your heart was racing. Your mind was clear. You said, "This is it. This time I will not quit." And then a few days later, everything disappeared. The motivation was gone. The fire was cold. The promise was broken. This is not because you are weak. This is because motivation lies to people. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is structural. Motivation depends on mood. Discipline depends on decision. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. Motivation feels good. Discipline feels hard. But discipline is the only thing that actually changes lives. Motivation will make you start. Discipline will make you finish. This is the truth that most people do not want to hear. Because discipline demands responsibility. Motivation gives excuses. Motivation says, "I will do it when I feel ready." Discipline says, "I will do it even when I feel tired." Motivation waits for the perfect moment. Discipline creates progress in imperfect moments. If success depended on motivation, then only happy people would succeed. Only excited people would win. Only inspired people would grow. But look at real winners. Look at athletes. Look at entrepreneurs. Look at soldiers. Look at leaders. They do not rely on motivation. They rely on routine. They rely on systems. They rely on habits. They rely on discipline. Discipline is doing what needs to be done when you do not feel like doing it. Discipline is waking up early when your body wants sleep. Discipline is training when your mind wants comfort. Discipline is studying when distraction is everywhere. Discipline is saying no to pleasure to say yes to purpose. Motivation will hype you up for a moment. Discipline will build you for a lifetime. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is a furnace. A spark can start a fire, but only a furnace can keep it burning. Think about this. Nobody wakes up motivated every single day. Nobody feels inspired every single morning. Even the most successful people feel lazy. They feel bored. They feel tired. The difference is they do not negotiate with their feelings. They move anyway. They act anyway. They execute anyway. They have trained themselves to move without motivation. That is discipline. Discipline is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. The less you use it, the weaker it gets. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you build discipline. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you destroy trust with yourself. And self-trust is everything. If you cannot trust yourself, how will you build anything meaningful? Discipline is self-respect in action. Discipline is proof that you believe in your future more than your current comfort. Motivation asks, "How do I feel today?" Discipline asks, "What needs to be done today?" Motivation is reactive. Discipline is proactive. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is logical. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is permanent. You do not rise to the level of your motivation. You fall to the level of your discipline. When life gets hard, motivation will leave you. When pressure hits, motivation will disappear. When things do not go your way, motivation will vanish. Discipline will still be there if you built it. Discipline does not care about weather. Discipline does not care about mood. Discipline does not care about excuses. Discipline only cares about action. That is why discipline beats motivation every single time. Look at people who are consistent. They are not more talented than you. They are not more motivated than you. They are more disciplined than you. Consistency is not built by motivation. Consistency is built by discipline. Small actions repeated daily create massive results over time. Discipline turns ordinary days into extraordinary outcomes. Motivation wants instant results. Discipline understands delayed gratification. Motivation says, I will start big. Discipline says, I will start small and stay consistent. Motivation burns fast. Discipline burns slow and steady. Motivation is like a wave. Discipline is like the tide. One rises and falls. The other reshapes the entire shoreline. You do not need more motivation. You need better discipline. You do not need another speech. You need a routine. You do not need more hype. You need more structure. You do not need to feel ready. You need to be committed. Commitment is discipline in advance. It is deciding before emotions interfere. It is locking in your actions, regardless of how you feel later. Discipline removes choice, and that is powerful. When you remove choice, you remove excuses. When you remove excuses, you create progress. The most dangerous days are the days you feel motivated, because motivation makes you overconfident. It makes you think you do not need systems. Discipline keeps you grounded. Discipline keeps you moving even when confidence is low. Discipline does not require confidence. Discipline creates confidence. Confidence is not the cause of action. Action is the cause of confidence. Discipline creates momentum. Momentum creates belief. Belief creates results. Results change your life. Motivation wants you to feel good now. Discipline wants you to be better later. Motivation is selfish. Discipline is selfless. Motivation asks, what do I want right now? Discipline asks, what does my future need from me? Every successful life is built on boring days, on repetitive actions, on silent sacrifices, on unseen effort. Discipline thrives in silence. Motivation needs noise. Discipline works when nobody is watching. Motivation performs when everyone is watching. Discipline builds character. Motivation builds excitement. Character lasts longer. Excitement fades quickly. If you want a different life, you need different habits. If you want different habits, you need discipline. If you want discipline, you need to stop waiting for motivation. Start acting without it. Train yourself to move, even when you do not feel like it, especially when you do not feel like it. That is where growth lives. That is where strength is born. That is where winners are created. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is freedom. It frees you from regret. It frees you from self-doubt. It frees you from the cycle of starting and quitting. Discipline gives you control over your life. Motivation gives you hope. Hope is not a strategy. Discipline is. The world rewards discipline. Life rewards discipline. Your future rewards discipline. Motivation is easy. Discipline is rare, and rare things are valuable. Become disciplined, and your life will change. Not overnight. Not magically, but permanently. When motivation disappears, discipline will carry you forward. When excuses appear, discipline will shut them down. When comfort calls, discipline will remind you of your purpose. This is why discipline beats motivation every time. Because motivation helps you feel good. Discipline helps you become great.